All right, everyone. Happy February 2025. This is Jackie G coming out to you and our February Step into Faith. This is our fabulous leader session, and I am going to turn this right on over to kick us off this month. Your very own Linda Castillo.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. So it's great to be here with you guys. I really enjoy. I missed it. I so was sad that I missed last month. I was rushing to get from between connecting flights, hoping that I could get to a quiet place in time, but that just didn't happen. You know how those airlines run. It's any little thing, and they just set you all back. So thank you so much for joining us today. Step in faith. Sometimes doesn't it feel like that though? Like there's that lady just looking all kind of pretty and hot with her heels and I don't know about you, but I've had the days where I feel like I'm just walking a tightrope. I think, all felt that, whether it's in our business life or our personal life, and well, just life in general, right? Because we only have one life, so you can go back to the previous one, Jackie. They all
Thank you.
just kind of mesh together. But it's important to kind of make note of that's where faith steps in, right? It's important to think, okay, I'm taking these steps. I don't always know. I don't always know all the things I need to know. I don't always have all the resources that I want or that I need to have. Um, that is something that we all go through. That's where faith steps in. And faith in ourselves. We have, I think the thing that we need to always remember is no matter what happens all around us, we have to know who we are. We have to take stock. Who am I? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? What do I have to offer? And in those moments of uncertainty, we kind of lean back on that that we all go through, right? Whether it's an unexpected illness, problems in relationships, anything financial. It's like, okay, how do I find my way back to who I am and align so I can then move forward again? Because at the end of the day, we all have to take a step. And not taking a step is also an action. It's the action of nothing. So no matter what, whether we're moving forward or backward or not moving at all, every one of those is a decision that we make. So how do we align to the core of who we are in the moments where we feel like this lady on this tightrope, right? So we can go to the next slide, Jackie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just as a reminder, part of if we go back to who we are, then as a company, we need to go back to what is our focus this year. And our focus, and so that's why I'm just kind of sharing this. We've talked about this before. We'll probably mention it time after time in the next few months because as a company, this is our focus this year. It's attraction, retention, and leadership. And this encompasses all aspects of the business. Attraction focuses on those conversations, whether they're in person, on the phone, in Zoom, online, in social media, no matter where, the conversation has to happen, the invitation, and the follow up. That's how we attract people to be our new customers, to be our new consultants. It's all about attraction. Retention is also as important. We don't want to just attract people for a one-time relationship for one day, one moment, one transaction. We want to retain them. We want to build that relationship with them, and we want them to build a relationship with their business, to become connected to their business. So that's retention. And then leadership, I don't think I have to explain why that's important to you guys. You are our leaders, right? So leadership development is important. And part of leadership is that growth mindset. We've talked about before, we want everyone to know who Jaffer is. We want to be a household name. And how does that happen? It has to come from our growth mindset. It's like I talked about, I think before we started recording, I haven't started. My goal was to start working out. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy at all. A little bit more than just a finger workout, but nothing crazy. But at the end of the day, I have to do something toward that. I have to believe. And I go back to this picture. I have this picture that I took 3 years ago. And I look at it and I'm like, I do not even look like that person. That's what pounds do. But I look at that picture and it's kind of on my vision because I know that somewhere behind all of this, that lady exists, right? Like she's here. I can see her and I know what I look like before I put on this unhealthy weight. And so that's where it's like, okay, I have to go back to my mind. And then we got to do that in everything, in every aspect of life. I've been in those downs through a divorce where I felt financially just like I failed. And I've had to come back up from that. And regardless of whatever point it is in our life, how do we get that growth mindset? How do we come back? How do we go even further than we had before? It's all going to happen here. You guys are the best sellers. Y'all are the masters of selling. Y'all are the masters of sponsoring, of leadership. So where do we need to grow as a company? It has to come from the things, from that faith, right? The things that maybe we're not experiencing today, but we can see because we've been there before, or we know we just can. So that's the focus. You know, when we say in hard times, you fall back on who you are. So right now, we're starting off the year with this is our clarity. From the corporate side, this is what we're focused on, are all the things that we are doing. And I know that we're making mistakes. I'm very clear on that. In our effort to try to make things better, some things, we're trying to move too fast. So, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, how we're partnering with you guys to try to rectify those things and make them easier. But that's our focus. Are the things that we're doing, are we helping attraction? Are we helping foster retention? And are we promoting leadership? Are those three things happening with the decisions that we make? So we can move on to the next slide, Jackie. Guiding growth. So how are we going to guide growth? Let's see. The next slide. A great leader primarily focuses on inspiring and empowering. And here's where I welcome the interaction. We did the same meeting this morning with the leaders in the Spanish market, and we had a really good time. So when you think about focusing on inspiring and then even more so empowering, what does empowering look like to you guys? I think everyone, you can open your mic or you can type it in the comments if you're in a situation where you can't open your mic.
I think it means that you make people feel like they can do anything.
Mm-hmm. And how do you accomplish that? How do you get people to feel
I'd
that?
love to know.
Right? Because at the end of the day, like you can't make someone feel something. But that is the answer though, Cheryl. It's helping people letting them see themselves through the eyes that you see them.
Well, to me, it's important that you keep authenticity. Authenticity.
Authenticity. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And also be true to the how you say? Let me see the word. I'm sorry. Just
No,
um,
don't be sorry.
no, the expectation. That's what I want to say. That you have to be real.
Of
I mean,
course.
we all can move, and we all can be ambassadors, and we all can be district directors. But reality is different. It doesn't happen like that. So you really, something that I like here is it's strong relationships. Build that with your consultants because this is a primary uh, goal that you need to have and get to know the person, get to know
Mhm.
real their talents, their qualities, their likes, because
Mhm.
then you can create a pattern or a structure how she can move with the talents, with the person that she is. That's part of authenticity, being authentic. Um, and then you got to develop. But you see, there are small steps before you say, oh, you can be an ambassador. So we got to move into become a manager and work only on that with who she is, because that's how her real passion will develop, and her love for the company and the products as she conquers those little steps. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna say.
Mhm. No, that's for sure. I mean, like imagine me trying to do what do you call those things? Is it the triathlon? Like the
Yeah,
people who
yeah.
this is about what I can do right now. Imagine if I tried to do a triathlon next month, I would just pass out. So there is reality. You are correct, Diana, and we have to be authentic. Shafika?
I think I'd like to ask people what are some of their biggest accomplishments that they think that they have achieved in their lives here, and then have them write that down, and then ask them, okay, what are the skills that you think that you use to achieve those accomplishments here? Because a lot of people forget what they did or what they accomplished and how strong they were and what they went through, because as women we have been through some stuff here and we know and we know the circumstances and everything, but we tend to forget our strength in those moments here, and to bring that out and then ask them, okay, those are the skills that you use here, now let's see how we can put them together in your Jaffa business here. Yeah.
I love that. We tend to forget our strengths. And I think as a leader, that's where it says you focus on inspiring, empowering. It's helping them see what they already have inside them. I love that, Shafika, because a lot of things, a lot of qualities, they translate, right? If you're good at this in this part of your life, that can translate into your Jaffa business. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pat?
Okay, so yeah, so it came to my mind when we saw that plant that was earlier in the video, and I thought that what we do, first of all, we cannot motivate anyone. They have to motivate themselves. So we have to present ways of encouraging them to meet their dreams and let their dreams blossom. So that's what I thought about with the plant. And by doing that, we have to make them feel a part of our teams. We have to make them feel that they are needed and useful, and that we respect their opinions. And we have to do things that are inclusive with them. And not only that, but in that motivational mode, that they're going to be excited to be a part of the team as we encourage them to and stimulate them to do just that. So I think that helping them to realize their potential and that they can make their dreams come true. And it's going to take collaboration with everyone. And they have to, if it's what they want is not what we want, to make it a strategic plan for them, a very, strategic plan for them. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing and just leaving straight? So last Friday, right, the last day of the month, right, was that Friday, that Thursday. Someone became a consultant on my website. I don't know her. She's from Alabama, and so she didn't place her order to qualify, and she said she fell asleep. Anyway, woke up too late. But we have been getting to know each other. I didn't just jump with the business, but like she sent me a text, and I said, "Well, I'm watching a music in the theater. I'll call you back after I come back." So now she knows what I like. And then she sent me another text. She was playing golf, and she was thinking and this and that, So we really talk about the business other than she needed to place her $400. But now I know she does haircut for men's and stuff like that. So I sent her some information about all the products that we have that are for men's, and what does she think? What would be something that her clients would like to use? So we are developing this conversation from our everyday activity, like she was cooking with her boyfriend, stuff like that, to business. And I think that's the process I do to get to know my consultants.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important. That's why it says here, building strong relationships and developing individual potential. Everyone is different. We all have different backgrounds, different levels of education, different experiences in life. Then there's a family dynamic, right? So usually if you're the firstborn and you've got like 6 siblings, you end up being the caretaker, and that puts you on a different path in life than if you're the baby. Right? The middle child. There's all kinds of things. If you've been married, if you've been divorced, all of that comes into play into who you are. And all of that, though, requires strength and leadership. So all of that can translate into what you need to hold a business, to carry on a business, right? But you only find that out when you talk to people. So I think what all of you said, Diana, Pat, Shafika, is and Cheryl, it's getting to know people, knowing where they're at, and helping them see what they already have. I know everyone has difference of opinion. I truly believe that we are all created beautifully. I believe that in my heart. Everyone has talents. My little man, my stepson, he has Down syndrome, and I think all the time he is one of the most talented people that I know. He's super responsible. He's super authentic. And so I think that we can't look at people and think, oh, she's a housekeeper, and put her in a bucket. Oh, that person's a corporate executive, and put them in a bucket, like as if they didn't need to have this kind of interaction. Like, everyone has basic needs, and everyone brings something to the table. And we have to see beyond what's on the exterior to get to know who they are and how we can help develop them. And a lot of times that's just asking questions, just asking guiding questions, right? So I think that you guys got this. You know what it takes. And like Shafika said, like, we have all been through stuff that have made us who we are. So yes. If it's okay, Jackie, can we move on to the next slide? Thank you. So we're going to look at what are some aspects of focus for leaders. And here are 6. We're going to dive in deeper into the first 3. But vision and strategy, that's a really good focus for a leader, knowing how to create that vision, knowing how to strategize, and helping in those individual appointments and those one-on-ones with our teams, helping them strategize what they want to achieve. People development, this is what Diana was talking about, right? Being authentic, recognizing and nurturing individual strengths. I think all of you said that. Everyone has individual strengths. And what are those opportunities for growth? Because it doesn't matter how beautiful your cape flies because you're just Superwoman or Superman. Everyone has an opportunity for growth. Even Superman can't handle kryptonite, right? So all of us have a place where we can grow. And learning, and in that people development, it's learning how to empower team members. And I love this word, to take ownership. Who was it? Was it you, Cheryl, that said the name of your group is Own It?
Well, it's the theme for the year.
The theme for the year, own it. At the end of the day, own it is really what ends up happening. So how do we empower our team to own whether they move forward, whether they move back, whether they don't move at all? It's still on them. They still have to own that. Adaptability and resilience. Oh, Lord, have we had to focus on this one, right? I know you guys have. Being flexible, able to navigate change effectively while maintaining a positive attitude. I mean, like there's some days where I wake up and I don't even want to open my email because I don't even want to know what broke today. Right? Because I don't want to start my day that way. So sometimes I wake up and I'm like, what's going to make me feel really good about today? Talking to one of you and having that phone call and just hearing the, the excitement and what you guys are doing, that's a great way to start my day. Then I'll open my email. Whatever it is you have to do, whether it's reading a book, praying, taking a walk, whatever can help you adapt and shift that to a positive mindset, that's super important. And collaboration, integrity, and ethic, that goes without saying. Like you guys are among the most ethical and high integrity people that I've met in this industry. And I mean, that makes me super proud. Empathy and emotional intelligence. So these are key aspects. And I don't even know if it's me who's next, Jackie, or if you go next, but we can move on to the next slide.
All right. Well, yes, I now have the opportunity to say to each of you, take what Linda shared and think about you. And what I love, Shafika, starting with what are your strengths? Write down your top 3 strengths as a leader. What makes you the most incredible leader? And then sometimes when we don't have that faith on that tight walk, right, on that rope, we can look at those words again and say, yes, I am. And that is what we see in you. When in doubt, you can call us versus us even call you, because we see all of your great qualities. And sometimes through all of the muck and mire, we can get lost. But we're here together to step into faith and step together to the future. And the future today, we kick off the month of February, a new year, 2025, with lots of drive, a lot to strive for, and a time to thrive. People need us now more than ever. So as a leader, don't think about not just their situation, who they are, what they do. Don't think about what they've said in the past. Start fresh. Create a vision with them. You lead a team, and the team follows your clear, compelling vision. I know some of us got together yesterday in the Momentum Makers group, and we talked about, oh my gosh, do you have a vision so clear? You can feel it, you can taste it, you can say it, they can see it. You literally wake up in the middle of the night because you can't stop thinking about it. You're so excited about it. We did that even at the vision board exercise last month. So a leader of a team like you has a clear communicating vision that compels you and your team for a future that's exciting. And we develop strategic plans to achieve it. So if you created that vision board, your goals, your top 3 goals of the year, now it's down to the strategic plans that we make for each month, for each quarter, for each week, and then take action and own it each day. That's the breakthrough, as we know the theme, if I can get my hand going the right way behind me, for Las Vegas. So I want to pause in the middle today and talk about what February has. It creates actions that help us have a clear vision of growth and connecting. It's about new and following up with the team we have, the clients we have, the leaders we have. So we want to take a minute and take you through everything on the table, because it's kind of like a triple or a quadruple dip, because they all align and dip from one campaign to another. So let's take a look first, because there is a lot on the table here that you can see. As you look at, again, we just launched Las Vegas rebate $300, $500. You saw that on the business meeting. That is again starting in February, March, April, and through the end of May. So it kicked off. It's the 5th of February. How did you kick it off? What else can you do? How do you make those calls and say, I believe in you. Let's get your plan. We then know we're also always focused on VIP. What an incredible celebration we just had of our first 2024 VIP Royal, VIP Gold. Man, the buzz is on. Absolutely. Helping consultants get to VIP, come back in January, and now we propel them forward because it is valuable to be a gold and a royal. So we are now kicking into quarter 1, moving already, talking about quarter 2 because we want to keep them there. And those benefits kicked off with Las Vegas with our VIPs having half price registration. So the buzz is out. We also know this is quarter 1 and leaders only. There's $500 on the table. If for any reason you didn't grab it in 2024, the time is now. Don't look back, look forward and work with your team. Share the vision of 2+3 every month, directing people to a team goal of 15 new consultants, celebrating and coaching and guiding them. As you have all of this happening, again, you align it to go for 6 this month or go for 10. Again, that connects with similar activities that lead you to QNCs for the quarterly bonus, that guide you to start to create new or renewed VIPs, but moving them from VIP to the Las Vegas rebate, which moves towards $1,000 on average retail. And that, of course, earns them as well, sponsoring rewards along the way. But we're also dipping in for you with that go for 6. When you achieve that, moving into the regional retreats. Every single region will have a regional retreat in the month of April, and it aligns to the go for 6 for district managers and above by March 1st. So when we break it down, and I'll show you each of them separately because we want to make sure your questions are answered. We can do more brainstorming tomorrow on the leader meeting, which is your workshop, not more training like this. We'll review it, but we strategize as a team tomorrow morning at 10 Pacific on our Zoom room. But when we break it down, look at these activities, the activities of a leader leading and the activities that help consultants earn it all and earn more. 2 direct sponsors, again, gets you on target for Las Vegas, gets you on target for the go for 6, the go for 10. The quarterly bonus is wrapped around 2 QNCs each month. It's actually the same qualifications this month to earn the regional retreat. And of course, to always earn both of our sponsoring rewards. So that activity that we never waver from, if that is your goal to keep growing, is 2 direct QNCs every month as a leader. As you do that again, we're also focused on your personal sales. So you will see that Las Vegas rebate of $300 and $500 is based on personal sales and sponsoring for you and for them. Then we also know that helps get your consultants, that personal sales that they have. You're leading, but you're developing them to have personal sales as well. That gets them to that VIP. Those sales and sponsoring lead them to Las Vegas. Those sales of 400 or more lead you to a go for 6 fabulous bundle, go for 10 with an added bonus. Again, the $400, again, focusing there leads you to that quarterly. All of that lines up to the retreat. And again, continued rewards. So as you look at all of this month that align to personal sales and personal sponsoring, growing customers, growing consultants, and following up to the clients and to the consultants we have with great follow-up, as Linda said, in attraction, retention, and then leader is developing people. It all aligns to this. The key is the retreat came out, and who are we guiding to earn that retreat? You and your downline can go on a regional retreat. Yesterday, somebody said it's like the good old-fashioned JTIs, Jeffrey Training Institutes. It is. So let's take a look at the details, and then we'll come back to questions. Yep, go ahead, Linda.
Jackie, can we go back just for a second? I'm sorry.
That's okay, of course.
So let me ask you guys this, and let's just kind of take it down to the basic. Let's say that you have a brand new consultant, fairly new, and she's super excited about going to Vegas. She wants to go to the convention. I mean, that is a place to be, especially if you're a newer consultant. And yes, the rewards and the benefits, those are all important. Those are all key. But if you look at it, I'm very much, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't care about people, but at the end of the day, I'm very much about show me the money. That Jerry Maguire movie, I love that movie. It's like, show me the money. Because at the end of the day, I think that most people who sign up are also, they're here for a reason, right? They're not just looking for a sisterhood, though we have it. They'll come in and discover we have more. So if I'm a consultant and I say, hey, Jackie, I want to go to Vegas. As a leader, and that's where the vision and the strategy comes into play. How do I help her see the benefit, not of just qualifying for Vegas, but the benefit of the work that she's going to do to get qualified? For example, in order to go to Vegas, if I'm going for the 300, which is level 1, it comes out to, it's 4,000. So that's 4,000. So that is February, March, April, May. That's 4 months, right? Mm-hmm. So let's go back to that original slide. Mm-hmm. That's 4 months. That's 1,000 a month. Mm-hmm. 1,000 a month. If I'm purchasing 1,000 a month to sell, how much am I making?
500.
500. So that 500, is it important? Yeah. Do I want her to do things that can help offset the cost of the hotel, of the flight, of the money she's going to spend on food while she's there, on transportation? She wants to see a show. She wants to go gambling. So like from February to May, I'm looking at 4 months that if she buys and sells 1,000 a month, she's got that to check off. Will she be a VIP? Yes, she'll be a VIP. But that, if I'm going to, let's show me the money. Well, how is this better for her? Because she already said she wants to go. That's going to put $500 in her pocket every month. She can spend it. She can save it and, put her little Vegas fund aside. But that's going to help with that. If she's selling 1,000 a month, I want to know how. What is she doing? Because somewhere in there are the 4 sponsors, right? So how does sponsoring come? It comes organically through selling. There does have to be a focus on it, though. I don't know that it happens so often that people just say, sign me up. So there has to be some kind of conversation and some kind of close. So it's helping her see where is she strong. And that's that individual one-on-one. What is she like? What are her strengths? But I don't want her to focus on $1,000 a month and miss getting that 300 when she shows up to Vegas, because maybe there was no follow through in what it requires to sponsor 1 a month. 1,000 a month in sales, 1 sponsor a month. And that when she gets to Vegas, now what kind of experience is she going to have? Not only will she be coming to her first convention, she maybe was able to offset some of the cost by some of her earnings. But then she's going to get there and we're going to give her $300. How much more excited is she going to be about being at convention in Vegas? She may already have the, the cost. She would have already paid for her hotel, her flight. That might just be play money, so that she came and she learned and she went to a show, or who knows, whatever, or an awesome buffet, or she puts that toward her credit card. And now that became an investment. She went to Vegas, she learned. She learned about the new products, the new promotions, the launch, but she was able to offset those costs by what she did to earn that, because she made money along the way, those 4 months, and because we gave her 300 once she got there. So I just wanted to throw that out, because yes, all the gifts that come, the t-shirt and like all of that is great, but at the end of the day, how do we get down to the business? How do we really get down to helping her? If she already wants to go to Vegas anyway, how do we help her offset those costs and make it to where when she's there, she can truly enjoy and see that it was worth the investment? Sorry, Jackie, I just continue.
Not at
I
all.
just
Love
wanted
your
to
passion. So I'm going to do details and we're going to come back and think about exactly what Linda said. Because here, let me click through this. You know the quarterly. I know you all know the quarterly bonus. I want to go back to what Linda said just in case. When you look at level one, what she's talking about, that's 4,000 retail and 4 QNCs, right? So if you did that on average, she has 1,000 retail, which is 250 a week. So be thinking like right now you're making a list. Who do I believe in? Who do I know? Loves to go to Vegas, would love to go to Vegas, has those skills, qualities, and talents that Diana and Shafika were talking about. And that personal outreach call, I believe in you. I know you can do this. Let's work together. What would this do for you? Helping her find what, again, like Linda said, that's $2,000 income potential going from February to May. Now she's adding 4 to her team to grow into leadership. Just a little more. Again, that's that 300. Taking pictures, helping them imagine what that looks like and feels like. I love what Linda said, but building a team going together. Then, as we take a look, it's just a little more. It's 1250 retail, so a little over 300 a week that they're doing, $310 a week, but helping them plan what products, what offers, where, and who will they share. And it's adding 2 QNCs a month. This is for you and them. Imagine that $500 plan every month from February to July continues, and then they're handed back that extra $500 bonus. Finding out what that's for. How does that help your family? How does that make you feel? Let's plan it. And then a celebration together in Las Vegas. How do we pull them together now? Invite. Remember the first box Linda said? We attract, right? So we have to attract people to go to Vegas with us. Those are those invitations and the follow-up. Where will we be coaching and training and guiding one-on-one or in a small collaborated group to say we are going? Even naming your team if you want to, the breakthroughs, right? So, and they have a breakthrough buddy. What can you be doing with them? As you take a look at Go for Six, I'm going to just parallel this, okay, just to go quickly. Go for Six is 2 direct QNCs. This is leaders only. 2 direct QNCs in February. And any 4 of the following types of consultants have to have $400. You pick the formula, the recipe. It's all in your reports. You also received a leader email, even with a video you can click on that teaches you how to filter your reports and their letters. So if you have any consultants earning Vegas and they do the 1 or 2 or 8 in the month of February, they count as indirect QNCs. You could have 4 of them in your central branch. That counts for you for your 4 right here, plus your 2 direct. When you have the inactives, the I's or the P's hitting the filter on your report, when they have $400, a consultant who was active last month but didn't place an order. Okay, so she did in February at 400. That counts. Anybody on your team who is new, who has an N, but did not yet activate, that means N. They activate as a new consultant with 400. Your formula, but you must have 2 directs and any 4 of this group. And look at this. I was saying yesterday, I always hear it. When will they bring the leader, what was that called? Gift shop back. You got it all in a box right here. 5 swing coats, 5 hats, 5 I can't even talk today. I said it yesterday. I can't today. I can't say it. Gua sha. I'm wrong. All wrong. I said it yesterday. Tablecloths, the roller set bags, the sunshades, the multifolds. So when you think about that, look at that box for all of your recognition, be it Vegas throughout the year. But wait, to keep it simple, when you go for 10. But how does it feel to have 10 consultants with this? Look at what that does. Again, if you're an upline with a downline, that's $4,000 in a central branch. That is your leaders earning this. You also get that pack at $100. So reaching your downline, if you have a D in your title, district manager, district director, asking them what that feels like, setting a plan up right now, and ambassadors, reaching your leaders, any level in your lineage, saying, let's do this. What does that look like? So that is for the month of February, but it also dips into more, not just Vegas, the go for 6 or 10, but it's also the leadership retreat. So this is 3 days and 2 nights. It will be held in the month of April, early April. This will be held in the West Coast in California, and then in the fall we'll head to the East Coast. The space is very limited. You have to qualify to attend, and the qualification periods are February. How do you get there? First of all, you do have to wake up March 1st as a district manager level 1. So if you're a manager, you have all of the same opportunity to qualify a leader. Number 2, you have to have exactly what Go for 6 is. I'm not even going to repeat it. It's exactly the same. 2 directs and a formula of any 4 with 400 from this mix of consultants. So leaders, you will see I sent a text and email trying to get a heartbeat on who is going for this. And again, so that we can save the space and have enough space for you all there, we want you there. But picture what this does for your team. Picture those calls. This is the time of follow-up. It's a new year, new opportunity, but listening, having a heart to invite and believe in them, telling them why you believe in them. When we think of other ways to involve people, you have Power Week. We've been doing this now for 2 months. Gen Market Leaders, you have rocked this. I'm so proud of all of you. You have been out there. You've been posting. The WhatsApp is crazy. Leverage that next week, be it online, in person. Thank you to all of our coaches and trainers so far who have been here every day, teaching us social media to all of the topics. That's next week. Gather your team together. Come up with new ways to go have the attraction and have the retention. Meeting new customers, as Linda said, leads to new consultants. When that's happening, it leads to new leaders. But it's you developing and believing in people and involving and collaborating, as Linda said. We have everything planned out for you for next week. We have your speakers each day. Have everyone join the WhatsApp group with the bit.ly you saw on the screen. We'll review it again tomorrow. You can see it on this screen. They can watch the recordings if they can't join us live for our morning power up every morning at 8:30 Pacific. We have great trainers, Gina and Dia and Evelyn, and we have a lot of recognition, celebration, and learning from each other. That WhatsApp group has stayed so active. It's a great place for consultants. And we go social on Thursday across the nation. It's like Jafra advertising all over social media, and that will be done with Royal Almond this month. So as we really think about, I know we're getting close to our time, so I want to just come back to you all to think about your teams. We will actually do breakout sessions tomorrow in our Zoom room at our 10 a.m. Pacific Leader Workshop planning time. We're going to take this. Linda was gracious to come in and get us warmed up for tomorrow. But be thinking about, as we come back tomorrow, how are we developing people? That leadership Linda talked about with growth mindset. I love Pat just picturing every person as this plant that we get to grow, right? We feed it with water and great seeds, and we are their nourishment. Recognizing and nurturing their strengths, as Shafika talked about, providing them places and opportunities to come together one-on-one, in groups, in person, belly to belly, Zoom to Zoom, on social media, to empower them and empower teams to take ownership of going out, moving from a super seller to a team builder to I want it all, or just knowing what they want and what they're willing to do. It's their business. We develop, we are gardeners. We grow people, we develop people. That's what leaders do. That's what you do. You're all so good at it. Go back to your strengths and qualities and give them, because you're the gift. You're the garden of success they want to be gardened with. So get out your gardening tools, and we'll talk tomorrow. How do we guide our consultants in our branches and help our leaders to do the same, to build and strengthen their business? How do they become a super seller? Linda said this as a warm-up. How do we listen to them and say, you've been a VIP. I want to help you go to Vegas. What would it feel like if we could find your way to move to your sales each week, to go to Vegas, go from 400 to 1,000 and become a super seller, or add more income, whatever that is, listening and asking. What do we do? Sometimes you have those super sellers, that's all they want, but we want to guide them to grow more consultants, more clients, and to really retain the clients they have, coaching and guiding them to what they want. Some might want to be a team builder. How do we know? We have to ask and listen. Someone in your group who's interested in growing a team. We see a lot of them coming into Power Week. They want this. So how do we work with that group? And then there's a third group. They really do want it all. We don't know if we don't invite, as it says under attraction. We attract all three groups. And imagine this consultant who is selling 400 a week, not just a month, but 400 a week. She is adding 2 consultants just like you to her team every single month. They are building consultant base and client base every single day their way. They design it, but we're helping them plan to, strategizing, giving them that compelling vision. Those are the 3 different buckets of consultants that we have. And how do we, as leaders, guide them to get there? Bring your thoughts. Think about it. I hope it wakes you up in the middle of the night tonight. Write down your thoughts tonight in the morning, because when we come back tomorrow, we'll do breakout groups on how do we really move them? What are the questions we ask? How do we listen? And what do we do to continue to support them? Because this is, again, a step into faith and believing in them and giving them the guidance they need. So, Linda, I'm going to let you come on back in as we wrap up and have any interaction with all of us as you wish.
Thank you, Jackie. Can you go back really quick to that Go for 6 slide?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, let me get back to the right one. There we go.
That one, thank you. So I wanted to call something out. So having the 2 direct QNCs, but then having 4 of any of the following. And in there is indirectly sponsored consultants. So if you're looking at things falling hand in hand, if you found that one, because you're gonna do your one-on-ones, you're gonna find out who's a super seller and who's a team builder. And this might apply to the team builder or the person who says, I want it all. If you find someone who you see could get to leadership this month, and you, of course, the Go for Six is for you, it's not for her, but working with her toward earning her Vegas qualification, how does that help you if you get that person and she is able to work toward that Vegas qualification while working toward becoming a new leader this month? Well, of course, she's going to have those four, whether they're new, whether they're all in your central group, whether they're new or whether they are inactive or pre-active, but that's going to, if you tie it to one person, that can help you get to that Go for Six. On the other hand, if that happens, and let's say you're a manager and that gets you to DM, that's also going to get you the $200 moving up bonus. So kind of look and see, that's the, working smarter or harder. Obviously, you're not going to find someone and say, you're going to be a leader this month because I need you to be. It's not that. It's if you find someone through those conversations who you can identify that says, hey, I think I do want this. I think leadership is for me. And you work with that person, there's that person is also what they're doing. And you working with them is going to help you fill what you need for the 4 to fill the remaining 6. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So think about how everything plays together. So if you want to move forward again, Jackie, to thank you. Adaptability and resilience. And we're going to go through this real quick. I know we're about a minute away from ending, but it's about being flexible and being able to navigate that change effectively while maintaining that positive attitude. We already talked about this a little bit. So we can actually probably skip that next slide. I'll share the PDF that Jackie can share with you guys, but it's how do you bounce back from setbacks? How do you maintain composure under pressure? How do you effectively guide your team through challenging situations? All of that creates the image that we see there, right? Finding a way, we said, find a way, make a way, finding a way to grow even in the most difficult circumstances. And that's what resilience is. Next slide, Jackie. And this just kind of digs a little further into those key points, right? Adaptability, emotional regulation. Woof, I got to check that one every day. Positive outlook, learning from mistakes, building trust. All of that is important to maintaining that resilience in leadership. So to sum up, how are we collaborating with you? I just wanted to share with you, we've had a few months together. What are some of the ways that we are partnering with you? Everything in blue is new, right? So we added the consultant meeting. We added the VIP meeting, and I know a lot came out of that. I told Maria, woof, I think we woke a sleeping giant with that VIP meeting. So much engagement and so many questions. It's like, I have a feeling that we're going to end up having more VIPs because we needed to have that time where we connected with our super sellers. I call them super sellers, right? All you VIPs. We have added this leader meeting. We also, Jackie has a new manager meeting and live coaching. And we seek advice from ambassadors and directors in both languages. We have advisory boards, we have focus groups. In the middle of putting one together, probably that's going to take place either at the end of this month or the beginning of next. So there's different things that we've put in place to get that engagement with you guys. But you're like, what does Linda do? Well, I'm going to give you a little glimpse into my life. What do I do with all of this? I go back to the teams. I work from sunup almost to sundown with the recognition team, making sure that, all of that is planned about 6 months in advance. So we're already working on what's coming in the fall, but looking to see, do we hit those right points with you guys as far as programs? How are our rewards? I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't always liked them all, but it's looking at, okay, how do we start to shift to things that matter? I'm glad, Pat, that you like that package that we have for Go for Six. And so, I'm collaborating with them to kind of bring the feedback I'm getting from all of you over. The VIP meeting was a collaboration with recognition. hey, we need to have a monthly meeting with VIPs. They are the driving force behind our sales. I work very closely with the training team. I meet with Monica and Carla every month. We go through the calendar, what's going to go on the calendar, what are the topics going to be. I meet with compliance. I mean, like literally, I spend my whole week taking everything I get from you guys and then dissecting it and putting it into a way that makes sense to the people who have never been in the field and then feed it to them. So I am literally running, and Jackie will tell you, like from meeting to meeting to meeting. But that's kind of how I spend my day. Now, what does the sales team do? We have 6 regions. They're distributed very evenly. Jackie's one of the 6, and one coach leads every region. So that business development coach, they have in-person meetings, they have virtual meetings. They are the funnel through which you are able to continue to feed us feedback. So any feedback that you have, anything you share to Jackie, she's immediately sharing to me, and I'm finding the right bucket in corporate to funnel it through and have the meeting and talk it through with the team. So that's what the business development coach does. You know, Jackie is very instrumental. All of the business development coaches have, since we have aligned, are coming together. This training is exact same. This meeting is exact same meeting that happened this morning with the Spanish field. Every meeting that happens, we're aligning so that the message is always the same. We're not confusing anyone. If you have consultants in the Spanish market, you know that they're going to hear the same thing that you're hearing and vice versa. So all of that is kind of, you know, it's what we're focusing to partner with you. None of this happened before. I think before there were like random emails just sent here and there, but there was no structure to funnel the feedback and to direct it. So now with Marie and I, that is what we're doing. We're taking all of this feedback, and you guys have given us a lot of it, and we're looking for more. So, you know, if you fall into one of these buckets, if we're in a VIP meeting and Natalie says, hey guys, I want to know, what do you think? What would move you more, this or this? Because that's where we're hoping those VIP meetings are going to go to. And speak. We want to know. That's why we're asking. If you are in this leader meeting, give us your feedback. If you have a consultant in a consultant meeting and she wants to contribute, encourage her to do so. So just know that if any of this, you are outside of that, you also have Jackie. And Jackie is here to bring this to the table. She is constantly saying, hey, this came up or this came up. And then it's like, wow, who do I meet with? Do I meet with Rosario? Do I meet with Monica? Do I meet with Carla? Do I meet with Natalie? Do I meet with Denise? And I immediately get with them and gather the troops, and we start thinking, how do we solve this? So I hope that helps. I hope that you can see that we really are wanting to partner. We know that we need to come together. It's the only way. And this is we are getting to a good place. Like, you know, plans happen and you'll start to see the effects 3-4 months down the road. But I can see internally we're getting to a good place. So that gives me good vibes. So we're getting to a good place and we will get there together. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for everything that you do. We will connect again on our Trust Talk. That is next Wednesday. And as a matter of fact, I'll be in Spain. So when it's, it'll probably, who knows what time it'll be for me there, but I did not want to change the time. I said, nope, this meeting is happening and I will be there, and I won't be in a flight or at an airport. So I'll just set my alarm and wake up and we'll connect, because that is important to me. So does anyone have anything that you want to share before we end the meeting? Feel free. Any questions? I won't have all the answers. Jackie usually has more answers than I do. But if I don't have an answer, we'll find it for you.
Just thank you, Linda. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Appreciate you too. Yes, Vicki, thank you. We're going to miss you, by the way. Okay, well, my dears, it's late. I know the brain is